don't know me, I'm Alicia, and this is my channel, Quilty Bird Piecing, and I'm so glad you made it. So today, I'm going to give updates for where I am so far in my January plans, and I'm going to reveal who won our Pass the Stash for me making 50 subscribers. And we're going to talk about what for the next week and a half, almost 2 weeks, that I will be doing to finish off the month of January. With that being said, we're going to start with our winner, and I am going to hold her name up. It is at Becky Martin Weeks. You are our winner of our first Pass the Stash kit, which is, I'm reaching for it. Should have had that available to show you. It is Lori Health's Mercantile Quilt Seed Tea and Notions. I'm going to have my email down in the description. If you just send me an email with your address, I will get this off to you lickety split. Just so you know, when you receive it, it is not going to technically have my name on it. It will have my shop name, which I don't actively have anything in at the moment, but it is called Glitter Dreams and Angel Wings shop. So just know that it will say that when you receive it, and it will not say my name. But if you send me an email, I will get this out to you. Again, it is Lori Health's Quilt Seed Kit. It is everything you need to make the quilts top. I don't know if it's going to be binding because she's now putting them as block of the months for an entire quilt, but there is going to be plenty of extra fabric left when you're done cutting. So if you wanted to make some kind of scrappy binding, I am sure you'll have enough for that. I will set that to the side, and once I hear from you, I will get it in the mail. Now, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and show our gift for the next update video and the Pass the Stash. That is going to be a Riley Blake door banner kit, and it's called May in Bloom. However, it's a spring kit, summer kit. You can use it, whenever you get ready. It has all the fabric needed to make the banner top and binding. Let me check and see, but I do not think you get let me check and make sure. I do not think you get a back, but of course it's a door banner, so if you have any muslin or anything to put on the back, that'd be just fine. This particular kit was designed by Fran Gullick of Cotton and Joy. And it has a cutting chart and the pattern itself. It is 20 by 36. And then you get all of your fabrics to make the quilt. I don't know if you see that really well. I got so much light coming in this window. But they're all of these little door banner kits are made with basics, so there aren't any fabrics from anybody's fabric line. They're just designed and made with Riley Blake basics. So that is our next time we come. All you have to do is make a comment of any sort below. I am going to pose a few questions to you guys, though. I need your opinion on a couple of things. So I'd appreciate it if your comment was probably to answer those questions, but any comment at all below. And then when we come back 2 weeks from now for more updates, I will pull a name from the comments, tell you who won, put my email address, send me an email, and I will get that out to you. But next time we will have the May in Bloom Riley Blake door banner kit will be our next giveaway. Okay, update time. Wait, before update time, I do have one haul video. So let me grab the one thing that I got to show us haul. I have like at least 6 more things to show, but they aren't quite here yet. But let me get that and I'll show it to you. Hold please. And I'm back. So what I got is, I've been waiting on this since September. I don't know what took so long for them to get the kit together. I don't know if they were short something, or maybe their shipment was short and they had to get something else, but it is this lovely lady right here. It is the Make, Do, and Mend kit from Tilda, with everything you need to make the quilt top and binding. And there are tons of beautiful Tilda fabric. There are these beauties. There's this, it's not a basic, it's a chambray. It's a chambray. Then there's these purples that I'm going to put together. They aren't the same. They kind of look the same, but they aren't the same. As you can see, there's a design on the bottom that's different than the top on the pattern. But there are these reds with a chambray in the middle, which may or may not be a sewing machine, but it's pretty anyway. There's a blue chambray. Chambray is fabric that I love. I love chambray fabric. This tan or beige or something of that. No. This red. Is this all of them? Okay. This is gonna go back and front. So there's this, these 2 blues, and if I flip it around, those browns as well. And then there's this big chunk of background that went with it. This is courtesy of my quilt besties at the Quilt Spot in New Jersey. I live in Alabama, but majority of my block of the months and my quilt kits that I don't find on clearance somewhere on the internet, but that I know are coming, and I want to make sure I reserve it because it's something that I definitely want to have, all come from the Quilt Spot in New Jersey. I am going to try my best to link them below. So if you're looking for any block of the month, and I will admit that they are fairly modern. They have a lot of traditional blocks of the months. They have several traditional blocks of the months, but most of their blocks of the months are a little bit more progressive or a little bit more modern in style, but they have a ton of them for you to choose from. Sometimes they're in the same fabric lines that the quilts that you've seen everywhere are in, and then sometimes they have recolored them in their own colors and put it out in that way as well. But they are all the time great, and they are all the time very timely, all the time in anything that I pretty much ordered from them altogether. So I'm going to pass this off to its little cubby over here on the wall, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, so now it is update time. So I'm going to swing you around, hopefully not too fast to make anybody sick, so that you can see my wall, which is basically all my updates, save one. There's 3 things that are not up there, and I will tell you what those are. But I'm going to swing you around to see my wall. So this is everything that I've done for the month of January, save without, it's missing 1, 2, 3. It's missing one whole project that I worked on, and I will run over here and grab that real quick and show it to you. And then it's missing 2 other pieces. But the watermelons and the peaches, which are in the bottom, what is this, left for me, corner, those are from the produce section quilt by Elizabeth Hartman. Those, I don't know which months they are because I've cut the whole kit and I'm just grabbing bags out of the little cubby to finish as I finish. I'm only missing one piece from, this is a 2 months worth, and I'm missing the oranges, which I have not finished. And I will work on when I for the rest of the month. Up above that, where you see the burgundy and brown and blue and gold blocks, go along with the flying geese that you see up above that. Those are from the Flyaway Flow quilt. Along that is missing one of the blocks that I was saying was missing. It's missing from that particular quilt that I have to finish. I just received the extra fabric that I need because I miscut the fabric for the large block that goes with that. But in my next set of updates, you will see that because I'll finish that today. Up above that, where you are 2 more types of blocks, and those 2 sets of blocks go with the Lady Tulip. The flying geese on the top are sized incorrectly, so I will have to take those apart and resize, cut them down to the correct size, and then put them back together. But it'll still be those 3 blocks, just a different size. The ones up under it are finished. I am missing 1 block from Lady Tulip that I thought I had already done, that I realized this morning when I was organizing that I did not finish. So I will finish that 1 block. There's 3 of those from Lady Tulip. Next to that, in the yellows, are the 2 blocks that were completed. 3 of 1 with the flying geese, and the 1 with the crisscross of the red. Those blocks are from Strawberry Garden, which is a Joanna Figueroa Block of the Month pattern that comes in a book that's labeled, that's called Strawberry Garden. It's a book. And that is month number 1. I have been getting that since last year in maybe April, and I hadn't done anything with it. But that is month number 1 that is completed for that. Down below in the center, the 4 center blocks that are alike are the, oh my gosh, what is it called? It is called Alaska by Laundry Basket Quilts. And I don't have a full picture of it, but I will show it to you later. I do have this thank you card here, and those that designed around it is what the Alaska quilt design is gonna somewhat look like. But that's month number 1, which I received like last week, and it comes pre-cut, and you just put the blocks together, but that's month number 1 for that one. If you push on over to where the Dresdens are, those are the dreaded Dresdens that I thought were going to take me forever. But once I cut them and went to put and get them together, now I will tell you this, I have them, bring one closer so that I can show you. So it should be this one, then that one, this one, that one, that one, and that one. But I had already sewn all 3, well 4, when I realized that I had these on together incorrectly. And by that time, I wasn't taking all that apart. So I left them, which you would not know if you didn't know, if you hadn't seen the pattern. But these 2 should be flipped. So this one should be here and this one should be here if I was following the pattern the way it came. But it didn't turn out to be too hard. I was very, very, very proud of myself putting them together. And there's one more that I didn't get to finish, and I didn't get to finish it because I cut the square incorrectly. And so I ended up the background square incorrectly, and I ended up with not enough to get the fourth background cut. So I'm going to have to kind of Frankenstein and use all my girly magic to get a 12 3/4 inch square, get the Dresden applique on top of it, and then it gets cut back to 12 and a half. So I will do that before the end of the month, and I'll have all 4 of those. That is month number 1 of the Victory Garden block of the month. Next would be my Bridal Path block of the month. And these here is some very tedious blocks. I love them. I think they are absolutely gorgeous, but it is a lot of teeny weeny pieces to get this together. But all 3 were month number 1, and I got all 3 finished in this month in January. So the things that I'm missing, what am I stepping on? My goodness, hold on. Piece of tape. So the things that I'm missing are the Dresden for that block. I am missing the orange. I'm missing 4 pieces. I'm missing the orange for the produce, the Dresden for the Victory Garden, the big large block for Flowery Flow, and the 1 block for, what are you called? Lady Tulip. The one other thing that I finished that I did not put up there is because it is for the Michigan quilt, and the Michigan quilt will get put together according to the block name. So block 1A, block 1B. I think I showed you these last time, but I finished them all. Finished all of them, but because they're labeled this way, I didn't want to take them apart and put them up there, so I just kept them together. But I finished all of those this month as well. I'm going to swing you back. Hello there. So what I have left to do is to decide what I'm going to work on for the rest of the month. If I'm going to, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 other block of the months that I have. One of which I only have 1 month of, so I really could leave that one be for the moment. And yeah, I really could leave that one be. And then I have another one that I think is going to be as tedious. Definitely no, is going to be as tedious as the bridal path, and I've only gotten 2 months of that one, and I can really just leave that one be for a bit as well and come back and pick that up a little later if I feel like I need to. But I only have 2 more weeks roughly in the month of January, and I have to decide what else I'm going to touch, because whatever I touched now is most likely what I'm going to continue to touch going forward. And the only thing that I'm going to touch more than 1 time a month right now is the produce quilt. So one of the concerns I have with that is that I have my heritage quilt that needs to be pieced, quilted, and bound by May for a contest that it is part of, which I have to get started with in February. So in February, I need to get at least three blocks of that done. 3 blocks in February, 3 blocks in 4 blocks in February, 4 blocks in March, and approximately 4 blocks in April, all prior to me getting it to somebody to get it quilted, and then I will need to quickly bind it and have it available for the first Thursday in May. So that is a definite, gotta get it done so that I can get it into the show contest thing in May. What I have left to decide upon, which is what I hope that you guys can comment on down below, is I intended on touching, like I said, I want to try to get a lot of this stuff touched at least this year, if not finished. So I have a couple of projects that I have not done anything with as of yet, but they are fairly prepped to go. So if you give me a moment, I will clear things off here, and then I will come back and show you the ones that I am looking at trying to get at least in my rotation by the end of deciding rather on if I'll get one or two of them in my rotation before the end of the month. Okay. So here's one of the quilts that I have not started yet, that I have as a block of the month, and I only have month number 1. I made these little binders to put all of my patterns and everything in so I can keep up with my my works as I go, and I also have my future things in here as well, so I will know, be able to keep up with what I'm going to start later on. This is the first one that I am thinking of doing, well, that I want to get started with. I think it's very, very pretty. It is 94 inches square. It's called Pathways, and it's by Wilmington Prints. I have 1 month of that one. I have this one, which is Garden Variety. In here, I probably named it Garden Party. God only knows what I was thinking. But this one I have as a kit. It is not a block of the month. Well, it's a block of the month. However, I purchased it as a whole kit. So I would just work it like a block of the month, which the first month is this particular block right here with the tulips. All starched, all ready for me to cut and get started. So I have to decide if that's one that I want to do for to add in for this month. There's this one, which is by Charisma Horton. It is called Epic. I have this one as a block in a month, and I think I have three or four months of this right now. So I got enough of it to really get started on it until I catch up with it coming in. This is the Alaska, which I just got started with. I did these corner blocks here. What else do I have? Because I know I have something else. Let me pull out my other binder. I literally had to do 2 binders to make this work. And these pages that I have in here that I'm using, they are Elizabeth Quilts created these pages. She's selling them for like $2.99, $2.50 on her Etsy shop. If I can figure out how to link her below, I will do that in case you guys are interested in them. Let me grab my other binder. Okay, so here's our other binder. Trying to make sure that I am centered in some way, shape, or form. So here's the quilt that is definitely going to be worked on. It is called, let me pull it down because I want to make sure you see that. It is called Traverse. It is going to be 72 by 85, hopefully. And this is the year's quilt challenge from my quilt guild. So this is a definite doer. I am not using all of these colors. This is not what it's going to look like. If you remember, I was doing a Red Sky at Night quilt, and I had this picture that I was using That's my inspiration for that. Well, I never really got to that. I did a couple of blocks for it, but I just was like, yeah, no, this is not going to work. So I am using that fabric in plums and pinks and plums and navy blues. And I'm going to use it for this challenge. So this is one thing that will definitely, I've already started. I've already cut for it, so I'm already getting started on getting that worked on. And currently I'll be working on this flying geese and that flying geese. So that's a definite getter for this month. So I'm only choosing 3. And since this is one out of what I'm going to show you and the ones I showed in the last binder, I'm only choosing 2. This is quilt number 2. This is the next one I'm showing you, rather, out of the ones that I showed you. So this is a choice. This is the one that I say is going to be as tedious, if not more, than the bridal path quilt. I think it's absolutely lovely. It's going to be 85 by 94, hopefully. And it is called the Peacemaker Sampler. It is absolutely traditionally gorgeous to me. But it the blocks don't scare me that I won't be able to do them or anything like that. The way that she cuts it and labels it is what is confusing for me. So this is why I said I may need to wait until I have more of it, so that I don't get frustrated really early and don't do anything with it with all the other stuff that I have to do. But this is an option of what to do next. Let's see what else I got. I think I got another 2. No. Okay, so all of these are things that I've shown you. Okay, I do have one more. The next one is, and I gotta find my first month's pattern for this particular quilt because I have no idea where I put it. I'm very angry with myself about that. But it is this quilt, which is, can you see? Can you see? You cannot see. Yeah, you can. Okay, so it is the strawberry, the flower stand quilt. I think I might be able to make this a bit closer. Let's see if that worked a little bit. Okay, so it is the flower stand quilt. I had this as a kit and not a block of the month, but it has been starched for almost a year now, and I really love it, and I really want to start it, so it's a choice for this month to add in. I don't think I got anything else in here. No. And the next choice for this month to possibly add in is this. It is called Fall Gatherings. Can you see? Can you see? Yeah. So it is called Fall Gatherings. It is by Sandy Gervais. It's not a really large quilt, but I just think the turkey is absolutely adorable. And I buy it not being really, really large and it only having a, you know, each month, 9 months to it basically. And this around here, I think I could finish it by the fall and maybe have it as a fall quilt this year. That's a choice. Last choice that I'm going to choose from, I'm looking around to make sure I'm in line. Yep. Is this lovely lady, which most people who follow Fat Quarter Shop know what this was last year, the Moonbeams. Yeah, I've done these 2 blocks only. But of course, I have the whole thing. It came as a kit. So I have all of it starched and ready for me to cut and get it all together. And it doesn't have a ton of blocks to it. It only has 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 separate blocks and the square into squares. That's all it has to it. You're making more than one of them, but it's just not a lot to do. So there's this. Those are my choices for what I'm gonna try to pull from and do in the next 2 weeks to get started on. And then whatever I've worked on is what's going to be in my rotation going forward, unless there's a small project or something else that I really want to do. And I'm doing Bonnie Hunter's Old Town that she released this past year, and this past November and December rather. And I am using the rest of that as my leader and enders. So I'm going to get that done before the end of the year too, I hope. But I'm using that as my leader and enders project. So I'm going to try to turn you guys back up so that you can see me. Hi! And with that said, that's pretty much all I got for you. Hopefully my packages with my haul will get here in the next 2 days. We're expecting some pretty sketchy weather here in Alabama, so I don't know. I'm really gonna hope that it comes tomorrow, because I have at least 4 of them that are scheduled to come tomorrow. So if I get those, that will be the only thing I have left to show you for the next 2 weeks. Again, we have Mrs. Becky Martin Weeks. Mrs. I might have said that wrong, but you're our winner. I'm gonna have my email address down below for you to shoot me an email and with your address, and I will get that out to you with the sketchy weather no later than the end of the week. And yeah, thank you guys so much for showing up. I hope you come back in 2 weeks. Remember that we have another giveaway for the May in Bloom kit. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you so much for joining me. Please, if you feel that you'd like to, please give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, do all the things so that I have you back here in 2 weeks and you can be notified when I go live, because eventually I am going to get my nerves together, get myself ready, and we are going to sew on something live together. Until then, I wish you guys safe travels. I wish you blessed days. I wish you warmth, because it is cold out there, people. If you didn't know, understand that hawk is real. If you ain't in the South, you may not know what the hawk is, but that hawk is real. It is cold out there, okay? So stay bundled up, stay warmed, know that I love you, and have a wonderful day.